Okay, so I've never done this before, but the other day I had an opportunity to present my journey so far running an online business and being a content creator. So have a listen to this and let me know what you think. A little bit about me. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a 9 to 5 girl. I work full time. I'm the owner, the marketer, the operator, the dispatch expert, customer services rep, the strategist, and the head of digital technology at Renewbox. So I wear so many hats, and that's okay. That's what you expect of a small business in Australia or anywhere in the world. So a little bit about Renewbox. Our aim is to help Cricut crafters turn from beginner to pro by offering tips and tricks on how they can use their Cricut machine and sell their crafts online. So a few of you might be wondering, what is a Cricut machine? What does it even do? What is she talking about? That it will become clear as we go through this. But this is us, this is our mandate, is to turn Cricut crafters from beginner to pro by offering tips and tricks and also helping them see the things, the crafts that they can sell online. And we are leveraging social media to grow our online business. And that's what I teach. So one of the first things that you think about when it comes to running an online business is, what area do you specialize in? And if you've been in this space, you will have heard of a word called niche. So a niche is a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. So it's not only in online businesses where we talk about a niche, it can be in any type of business that you do. It's really important to be able to identify your specialized segment in the market. So I just want to go through how to pick a niche, or how I have picked my niche, or that area of specialization that I specialize in. So there's a Japanese term called ikigai, and that term, there's actually a book about it. But in that book, or that term encompasses these 4 things. You need to find what you love, find what the world needs, find what you're good at, and what you can be paid for. So if you find those 4 things together, a mix of your passion, your mission, your profession, your vocation, if you can find the sweet spot, that's your ikigai. And if you can find that something that you know and love to talk about and make content about it, and bring people to a place where they are buying something off you, then you've got an online business. So for me, it was identifying my knowledge. I think I've read books and listened to people on YouTube who talk about, what is the one thing that you know even 20% more than other people about this one thing. So for me, it was the Cricut machine. So in 2020, my hubby got me a Cricut machine from Spotlight, because at that time I was thinking I'd love to make personalized gifts. So when we talk about personalization, we're talking about things that have your name on it. So I'm just showing on the screen right now the various things I've made using my Cricut machine. So it could be you're personalizing a jewelry box, that's in the top left there. Can make paper flowers. The Cricut machine can cut iron-on vinyl, so you can personalize things such as tote bags. You can also personalize socks for weddings, for groomsmen. You can personalize hoodies, t-shirts. Oh, you can personalize water bottles, notebooks. There's so many things that you can personalize. And I think with COVID, just being able to personalize, that became such a huge thing, because you needed to be able to identify your own water bottle, so you were not sharing it with other people. And people just like things that have got their name on it. People just like a sweater that has got their date of birth, for example, when they're celebrating a big birthday. So there's so many things that can be personalized, and a Cricut machine offers you that ability to personalize different gifts. So that's one thing why I love a Cricut machine. But what I've done is instead of mainly specializing, I do make t-shirts, I do make water bottles. And in fact, when I started by wanting to make gift boxes, and I did make gift boxes and send them all over Australia. But the postage was a bit much for me as a small business. So I changed my approach, and now I'm offering more education. And that became my purpose, the teaching others how to use their Cricut machine and how to leverage social media to bring people in and buy a product. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. Are we together? If we are together, just place an emoji into the chat, or, encourage me so I know we are together. I'll move on. So one thing when you're selling online, you need to identify who you are selling to. So you need to define your target customer, or in digital technology, we would call that a persona. So you need to identify who is the person that I'm actually targeting, or who is the person that I'm actually selling to. And for me, I'm selling to a woman who's aged between 25 and 35 years old, who has recently purchased a Cricut machine and is trying to figure out how to use it and maybe on the side make some money with it. So I'm talking to Jane, who's a bride-to-be. She wants to make personalized wedding favors, little gifts for her guests at her wedding, or she wants to make her bridesmaids gifts. I'm talking to Sue, who works a 9 to 5, and she's looking for a side hustle. I'm talking to a lady called Mandy, who loves social media. She's creative and she wants to make money online. So those are my target. Yes, I'm talking to men as well, but what I can see from my social media analytics is that more than 70% of my followers on TikTok are women, and they are women particularly in that age group, 25 to 35. So that's my target audience. And then the other thing now that you need to consider is, once you know who your target audience is, you need to think, where can I find my target customers? Where do they hang out? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? Are they on YouTube? Or can I see them at face-to-face gatherings? So that's where the business approach is a bit different. So for us, for an online business, I'm considering where they hang out in terms of social media. That's why, like you can see in the picture there, I'm on TikTok, and I've also just recently started taking YouTube seriously. So because I understand that that's where my customers are. I'm a little bit on Instagram and Pinterest, but because I'm starting out, I wanted to just focus on 2 social media platforms so that I don't get overwhelmed. So where are my customers hanging out? How can I talk to them? How can I appeal to them? And then the other thing is, what am I going to sell to them? Now, to know what to sell to my customers, I need to find out what they're searching. So what are they searching for on TikTok? So it could be just search on TikTok Cricut, like the Cricut machine that I use, and find out what sort of questions are people asking about the Cricut machine. I can look at what are the top watched videos on TikTok about Cricut in the last 3 months. And, someone said a statement that I really loved, which says, success leaves clues. So we learn from our competitors. So what I did in the beginning was to pick 3 or 4 really huge TikTok accounts of other people who are talking about the Cricut Machine and search from
You're not put the earbud on?
Both now.
No.
Sorry. Okay, so I looked at my top competitors, and I looked at even what questions are people asking them. So, like some of the people who are really huge, whose YouTube accounts have 1 million followers, or their TikTok accounts have 1 million followers, they don't get time to answer every single question. So I go through their comment section and look at what people are asking, and I answer those questions in my own content. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to using social media. You're basically just leveraging off what are people watching, what are people asking, and then you're creating content that addresses those pain points or those questions, those problems that they're facing. I also use Google search. So you find when you search in Google, if you look further down, it also says people are also asking. It's just there. And then I just answer the questions that people are also asking in my content. So you can see, if you look on my TikTok, I'm answering questions like people will ask, is a Cricut mat reusable? How do I make a t-shirt with a Cricut machine? How do I use this type of vinyl? Or what can I sell? What can I make and sell with my Cricut machine? So I'm just answering those questions. The other tool I use is a website called Answer the Public. These are all free resources, because sometimes people jump to paying money for things, but everything I've said so far is free. So Answer the Public is a free website, and on there you can type in Cricut again, or what to sell on Etsy, or what to make and sell with my Cricut machine, and it will bring out a diagram that just shows the top questions that people are asking, and it even colors the top questions in a particular color. Then you can see, okay, these are the high density, or most people are asking this question, and then I create a 30-second video answering that question. And that's how I never run out of content. And the other thing that we use is search engine optimization tools. So I use a tool called eRank. That one, with eRank, you search, like say a marketplace like Etsy. I'll talk about Etsy further on, but you can search even Amazon and see what keywords are people searching for when they come to Amazon or when they come to Etsy. And then those keywords then tell you what sort of products you can make, what sort of products you can sell on Etsy. I'm also using artificial intelligence in terms of ChatGPT. You can ask it, what sort of pain points do Cricut beginners face? What challenges do they face? And you can leverage that and create content or create products to meet those challenges. And the other way is just to think of questions that I had as a beginner. Like, what were the things that were hard for me? What were some of the terminology? What are the things that I've overcome as a Cricut beginner? And I just create content about that. And I've come such a long way to get to this point. At first, I was so scared to show my face or to talk to the camera. But I found that by doing that, I've become more confident in sharing my story. And at one time I thought, some people think, we're African and maybe people won't really listen or they won't take you seriously. But I found that there's a market, because when I look at my analytics, I can see a lot, most of my followers on TikTok are from the United States, but I have a lot of interaction from people in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Jamaica. So yeah, so there's a market for me. There's people who are keen to listen to what I'm saying. And then, so what product will you sell online? Knowing this, knowing your customer, having done the research. You can sell a physical product. So some of the considerations when you think of selling a physical product, you need to consider the shipping costs. So I said in the beginning, I started Renew Box. I wanted to sell gift boxes, but I found with gift boxes, the postage is quite expensive. So at the moment, what I specialize in is selling labels, or what we call decals. So I'll cut the iron-on vinyl on my Cricut machine and send it to sports moms who just want to iron it onto the back of a t-shirt and for their sports teams. So that's how I went around the thing with shipping costs. You need to also consider turnaround times, like from the time that someone places an order, how long will it take you to make it, to design it, to make it, and to ship it? And I'm shipping from Tassie. How many days does it take to ship to Western Australia or to the Northern Province? And also, what's the market or the demand for my product here in Australia? So am I going to sell locally or internationally? And are people actually looking for that product? So there's no point selling something that people are not interested in. That's why we do all that research to find out what is the demand, what are the keywords that people are searching for. So I use the same method of research for content as I do for the products. So when we sell on Etsy, which is a marketplace, we look at what are the keywords with a high search volume, which means lots of buyers are looking for that product, but they've a low competition, not as many sellers are making that product. If you find a product like that, that's the one to make. Then my selling locally or internationally now comes in. Do I want to sell to a bigger market? And there are different ways of even selling internationally, right from Australia, using selling methods like print on demand, where you design the product and someone else anywhere in the world prints it and dispatches it for you. So that's some of the considerations. You could also sell a digital product. So a digital product, you make it once and it earns for you through its lifetime. You might update it here and there, but really you make it and that's it. You've got no shipping costs. Examples are ebooks, guides, templates, mock-ups. Other ways of making money is through being a content creator. So as a content creator, I can place affiliate marketing links with my with the content I create, like on my YouTube description or TikTok description. I've also had an opportunity to create user-generated content. So companies are after people who can show how their product is used or how their website is used, and you get paid for that. You can be sponsored to talk about a product or site. And YouTube pays once you get to 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours. So there's different ways of making money online. Here's an ebook I wrote recently. So T-shirt to Success, just my ebook where I talk about what you need to know to make T-shirts in a Cricut machine. So you can actually buy it on my stand store if you're interested. Okay, I'll move on. Don't know where to sell. So I think I've talked quite a bit about Etsy. You can think of selling on an online marketplace, like Amazon, Facebook Marketplace. Or you can have your own website like Shopify, Wix, whatever it is. So I'm selling on Etsy, or you can sell face-to-face. You can decide by knowing your market where customers are. But I choose almost 90 million active buyers on Etsy, and there's about 5 million active sellers on Etsy. So it's a huge opportunity, a huge market. And I understand it now just by learning and watching other people. Or you can sell on Shopify. But I think one thing that people don't realize is once you're selling on Shopify, you need to drive traffic to your shop. and you need to do that using ads. So you need to pay for ads. But if you're a beginner like me, I found Etsy. Etsy's already got people there actively looking for products. So I need to find out what are they looking for and make those products. So can you imagine a time when we had no social media? Yeah, social media helps us to bring our product in front of many people, and then get those people to buy our product. So that's why I'm leveraging TikTok, YouTube, to get my message out there in front of my target audience and sell to them. I'm selling digital products like the ebook I just showed you. So if you go to my TikTok page, you'll get a link to buy that ebook. Or if you're interested in just learning about online businesses in general, I talk a little bit more about that on my YouTube channel, but I keep my TikTok channel for showing people all the different things they can make with their Cricut machine. So that was my presentation, and the links there, please get in touch or pass this on to people you know who are interested in this kind of thing. But thank you for listening. I hope it was clear. I don't know if I have time to answer questions. I'll just give back time